Oh, how's it going, everyone? So we're doing some feeding in our yards, and just a couple of yards. We're not blanketing all the yards, but we do these in some of the yards that we want to get a jump start on them and stuff. And open feeding is something that we don't do very much, but we will do in late winter. And the reason why is because we're still in winter. It's going to be, we'll have up and down temperatures. We're in a warm stretch right now, it's 70s and upper 60s for a week or so, and so get some food out on them. But during the winter, during the late winter and stuff, all the wasps, all the native bees, they hibernate. They're not like the honeybee, and so they're not competing for the syrup. And it's still a little chilly outside, so even though there might be some colonies around, they're probably not going to be, venturing out far away and stuff. And I don't know any other bee hives around the area. There may be, but they may be wild ones. So most of this will go to the colonies out here in the yard, and we have a few colonies in the area within a mile and a half. They may get it as well. So that is one reason why we will open feed in late winter. But come spring, we do everything internally, and then summer internally and stuff like that. And that's just all the pollinators, everything that's going to use it are going to be out. So we don't want to, waste. Sugar's getting expensive, so we don't want to waste a whole bunch and, feed everything, feed everybody's hives or all that stuff. So, we'll open feed. It's an easy way to do it. It gives our colony something to do. They're going to be out running around right now, as you can see. They're flying, and there's just nothing. We have some cedars, and we have some elm trees that are blooming, and we have some dandelions up, so they're getting a little bit of pollen, but there's no nectar coming in. There's no nectar going to be coming in for a while, so this just helps them out with their stores, gives them a little bit of something to do, because as they're flying in and out, they're burning a whole bunch of calories. But how we do it, as you can see, there's hay or straw we put inside there, so we fill it up. We just do it regular, our 25-pound bag of sugar in here in the 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with hot water, mix it, and then top it off. Then we add that straw in there. That gives them a float. Another thing that we do is we take a wire wheel and we'll rough up these edges on here, and then that way when you take a bucket, and it's smooth in there, and so the bees have a hard time walking on it. But we take that wire wheel and we'll rough up that whole inside of that bucket, and that just gives them extra grip. Buckets they're really smooth on the inside, so there's no traction for the bees. What we do, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but what I like to do is use a wire brush on a drill, just similar to this one, and go in the inside and scuff up the bucket. So we just take it just like this, and just do that all the way around it, scuff it up, and then that way it gives it more traction for the bees to get out, coming in and out. Now they do make a bee float, a bee raft that fits in a 5-gallon bucket, and I think the company makes one for a 2.5-gallon or 2-gallon bucket, and those work really well too. We have a few of them around, but we use mainly just straw and things that float, and depending on how busy that bucket gets, we may put 2 of them out here, but they'll have that finished today. It doesn't take them very long to find it. As you can see, a lot of people ask about how far we keep it. away from our hives. So there's the bucket, and then there's the hives. So, I get where people come from. Oh, you're just bringing in attracting robbers and all that stuff. My thought is the bees in the area, they already know about these hives here. And our hives know about other bees in the area. Bees have a very good sense of smell, so I think they already know everything. So if they wanted to rob them, that's why you keep them strong and stuff, and as far as the whole disease thing, it's been very well documented. Bees, they drift in between hives, and beekeepers keep their colonies on top of each other, and all around each other. And like I said, this is first off, this yard's a tons of acres. I mean, we're talking a few thousand acres that these people own out here, and then I don't know anything else, a beekeeper around the area. So there may be some swarms that have outcasted out in some trees and stuff. So there's just not that much activity as far as other honeybees out here, to my knowledge. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. Even the bees coming and going, they're mainly just staying in the yard. I don't see any of them really going out all over the place. So not attracting much of anything right now. Doesn't mean that later on in the spring or the summer we wouldn't attract a lot more. But again, at that time we do internal feeding and stuff. So make sure if you're going to feed, do it. Have a plan. You don't want to jump start your colonies. We have extra queens on hand, and this yard is one yard that we jump early and get them brooding up and make early splits with. But you don't want them. It could bring on some different problems. Moisture, it can add early swarming, and things of that nature. The colonies could also get bound with the syrup, and you don't want that, as they will start getting ready for the their spring bees and replacing the winter bees. So our colonies will start brooding up automatically without feeding here in a few weeks anyways. So that's just the cycle it goes. But that's what we're out doing, giving a little feeding. Just want to share, roughing up the sides of that bucket. Make sure if you're going to put syrup out. Oh, and we also, when we make it, we use hot water, and then that way, because like I said, we're still in winter, so the daytimes are warm, and we want them to be they'll have the water, it'll be warm for them, but at night it'll cool off, and it might be a little bit too hard for them to do. So we keep it with warm water, so that helps them out a little bit better. So alrighty, well, y'all be keeping it real. We hope your bees are doing good out there, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.